al-Bukhari, the Book of Belief, Book 2, Hadith 41 to 51. Chapter: What is said regarding the fear of a believer that his good deeds may be annulled, lost without his knowledge. Narrated Abdullah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Abusing a Muslim is fusuk, an evil doing, and killing him is kufr, disbelief." Reference Sahih al-Bukhari 48 in book. Reference Book 2, Hadith 41. Narrated Ubadah bin as-Samit, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, went out to inform the people about the date of the night of decree, Al-Qadr, but there happened a quarrel between two Muslim men. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "I came out to inform you about the date of the night of Al-Qadr, but as so and so and so and so quarreled, its knowledge was taken away. I forgot it, and maybe it was better for you. Now look for it in the 7th, the 9th, and the 5th of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan." Reference Sahih al-Bukhari 49. In book. Reference Book 2, Hadith 42. Chapter: The asking of Angel Gabriel from the Prophet about Iman, Islam, Ihsan, and the knowledge of the hour. Narrated Abu Huraira. One day, while the Prophet, peace be upon him, was sitting in the company of some people, the angel Gabriel came and asked, "What is faith?" Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, replied, "Faith is to believe in Allah, His angels, the meeting with Him, His apostles, and to believe in resurrection." Then he further asked, "What is Islam?" Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, replied, "To worship Allah alone and none else, to offer prayers perfectly, to pay the compulsory charity, zakat, and to observe fasts during the month of Ramadan." Then he further asked, "What is ihsan, perfection?" Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, replied, "To worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you cannot achieve this state of devotion, then you must consider that He is looking at you." Then he further asked, "When will the hour be established?" Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, replied, "The answerer has no better knowledge than the questioner, but I will inform you about its portents. 1. When a slave, lady, gives birth to her master. 2. When the shepherds of black camels start boasting and competing with others in the construction of higher buildings. And the hour is one of 5 things which nobody knows except Allah." The Prophet, peace be upon him, then recited, "Verily with Allah alone is the knowledge of the hour." Then that man, Gabriel, left, and the Prophet, peace be upon him, asked his companions to call him back, but they could not see him. Then the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "That was Gabriel who came to teach the people their religion." Abu Abdullah said, "He, the Prophet, considered all that as a part of faith." Reference Sahih al-Bukhari 50 in book. Reference Book 2, Hadith 43. Narrated Abdullah bin Abbas. I was informed by Abu Sufyan that Heraclius said to him, "I asked you whether they, followers of Muhammad, were increasing or decreasing. You replied that they were increasing, and in fact, this is the way of true faith till it is complete in all respects. I further asked you whether there was anybody who, after embracing his, the Prophet's, religion, Islam, became displeased and discarded it. You replied in the negative, and in fact, this is a sign of true faith. When its delight enters the heart and mixes with them completely, nobody can be displeased with it." Reference Sahih al-Bukhari 51. In book. Reference Book 2, Hadith 44. Chapter: The superiority of that person who leaves all doubtful, unclear things for the sake of his religion. Narrated An-Nu'man bin Bashir. I heard Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, saying, "Both legal and illegal things are evident, but in between them there are doubtful, suspicious things, and most of the people have no knowledge about them. So whoever saves himself from these suspicious things saves his religion and his honor. And whoever indulges in these suspicious things is like a shepherd who grazes his animals near the haima, private pasture, of someone else, and at any moment he's liable to get in it. O people, beware! Every king has a haima, and the hima of Allah on the earth is his illegal, forbidden things. Beware! There is a piece of flesh in the body. If it becomes good, reformed, the whole body becomes good. But if it gets spoilt, the whole body gets spoilt, and that is the heart. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 52, in book. Reference, Book 2, Hadith 45. Jatan, to pay al-Kumus, 1/5 of the war booty to be given in Allah's cause, is a part of faith. Narrated Abu Jamra, I used to sit with Ibn Abbas, and he made me sit on his sitting place. He requested me to stay with him in order that he might give me a share from his property. So I stayed with him for 2 months. Once he told me that when the delegation of the tribe of Abdul Qais came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, asked them, who are the people, i.e. you, or who are the delegate? They replied, we are from the tribe of Rabia. Then the Prophet, peace be upon him, said to them, welcome, O people, or O delegation of Abdul Qais. Neither will you have disgrace nor will you regret. They said, O Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, we cannot come to you except in the sacred month, and there is the infidel tribe of Mudar intervening between you and us. So please order us to do something good, religious deeds, so that we may inform our people whom we have left behind at home, and that we may enter paradise by acting on them. Then they asked about drinks, what is legal and what is illegal. The Prophet, peace be upon him, ordered them to do 4 things and forbade them from 4 things. He ordered them to believe in Allah alone and asked them, do you know what is meant by believing in Allah alone? They replied, Allah and his apostle know better. Thereupon the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, it means 1, to testify that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is Allah's messenger, peace be upon him. 2, to offer prayers perfectly. 3, to pay the zakat, obligatory charity. 4, to observe fast during the month of Ramadan. 5, and to pay al-Kumus, 1/5 of the booty, to be given in Allah's cause. Then he forbade them 4 things, namely Hantam, Duba, Nakir, and Muzafat or Mukaya. These were the names of pots in which alcoholic drinks were prepared. The Prophet, peace be upon him, mentioned the container of wine, and he meant the wine itself. The Prophet, peace be upon him, further said to them, memorize them, these instructions, and convey them to the people whom you have left behind. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 53, in book. Reference, Book 2, Hadith 46. Chapter, what is said regarding the statement, the reward of deeds depends upon the intention and hoping to get rewards from Allah. Narrated Umar bin al-Khattab, Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, said, the reward of deeds depends upon the intention, and every person will get the reward according to what he has intended. So whoever emigrated for Allah and his apostle, then his emigration was for Allah and his apostle. And whoever emigrated for worldly benefits, or for a woman to marry, his emigration was for what he emigrated for. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 54 in book. Reference, Book 2, Hadith 47. Narrated Abu Mas'ud, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, if a man spends on his family with the intention of having a reward from Allah, sincerely for Allah's sake, then it is a kind of almsgiving in reward for him. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 55 in book. Reference, Book 2, Hadith 48. Narrated Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas, Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, said, you will be rewarded for whatever you spend for Allah's sake, even if it were a morsel which you put in your wife's mouth. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 56, in book reference, Book 2, Hadith 49. Chapter, the statement of the Prophet, peace be upon him, religion is an-nasiha, to be sincere and true to Allah, to his messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him, to the Muslim rulers, and to all the Muslims. Narrated Jarir bin Abdullah, I gave the pledge of allegiance to Allah's messenger, peace be upon him, for the following. 1. Offer prayers perfectly. 2. Pay the zakat, obligatory charity. 3. And be sincere and true to every Muslim. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 57 in book reference, Book 2, Hadith 50. Narrated Ziyad bin Ilaka, I heard Jarir bin Abdullah praising Allah. On the day when Al-Mughira bin Shuba died, he, Jarir, got up on the pulpit and thanked and praised Allah and said, be afraid of Allah alone, who has none along with him to be worshipped. You should be calm and quiet till the new chief comes to you, and he will come to you soon. Ask Allah's forgiveness for your late chief, because he himself loved to forgive others. Jarir added, Amma Badu, now then, I went to the Prophet and said, I give my pledge of allegiance to you for Islam. The Prophet conditioned my pledge for me to be sincere and true to every Muslim, so I gave my pledge to him for this. By the Lord of this mosque, I am sincere and true to you, Muslims. Then Jarir asked for Allah's forgiveness and came down from the pulpit. Reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 58, in book, reference, Book 2, Hadith 51.